Good morning, it's Nancy today. Today we are answering comments. Thank you for writing in with your comments and questions. Okay, look at that nice river down there. Yes, indeed, you wanted to know that. Nuera, I don't know how to say that. She's asking about the food storage, I think. How do you control rotation so that none expires before use? Well, here we have the sloped shelf idea. You see, you use the old one and put the new one at the back, and then they roll to the front. So you're always rotating it. Or you're always using expired, out-of-date stuff. Whatever you... Okay, do you take vitamin supplements to compensate for lack of fresh vitamin C? No, you see, we get fresh fruits and vegetables. Also, I have nettles, which are dried. All these greens that I have dried have 1,000 times, isn't it, as much vitamins as spinach does in nettles? Anyway, and if you really need some vitamin C, you can always chomp down on a raw potato. That's right. But no, we don't take vitamins to compensate. Sometimes I take a multivitamin. Sometimes, if I think that I might want to do that. If I haven't taken enough pills already that day. Definitely cheaper to buy in bulk. Amen. But once a month, shopping and freezing is as much as I can store. Yes, storage is a bit of a challenge. You see, I don't have room to store any of that either. That's why it's so crowded in there. And that's why I have the shelves up around the top of the room. Because usually the top foot or two of the room is the walls. You don't even have pictures up there. It's just empty. No space. Do you shop for fresh produce at all? Yes, I do. Sorry to be so curious. Curiosity killed the cat. Satisfaction brought him back. There is no such thing as a stupid question. That is what I was told in school. Just wait till I was on a press trip and asking the tour guide when I was in Jordan, and I asked him questions for 10 solid days, and I think by the end of that, he was sick of me. Okay. Angus3 from Australia has made a comment. I got the front seat next to Nancy because I'm first. Yes, you did, Angus, and be sure to lock the door because we've had incidents in the past. Yes, you may think you're in the front, but it could be temporary, so lock that door. We're thinking of putting plexiglass behind the seat too, just for those hair pullers, and tapping on the head people and people who would like to move your head over so they can see. Yes, we really, really need a big bus or train. How about a train? We should turn in the little car for a train. What do you think, Willem? Then I'd have room for all my friends. Any comment? No comment. Okay. We'll just do it anyway. He has 4 reactions to any suggestion of mine. Ignore it and hope it'll go away. Go along with it until major expenditures are required. Vehemently protest. And what was the other one? Express general interest but remain non-committal.
Right.
This is a man. He's a man. He can't change. Not a bit. Even if I hope he does. I don't want him to change. He's perfect. See, look at him. Does he look perfect? See, I told you so. Okay, now we're going on. Hey, it's nice to have you up in the front, Angus. Panthera made a comment on 4682, which is probably the one about one of those millions of making Nanaimo bars. She said, yummy! You haven't tasted it yet? And it is yummy. Love them anyway has made a comment on 4670. Angus and Lentil Loaf 123, I'll scooch over and you can sit next to me. Thank you for our geography lesson, Nancy. Might come in handy on Tuesday night trivia. Now let's see if I can name them all. Oh, this is about the 10 provinces of Canada. I know you've never known that there were even provinces in Canada. You probably thought Canada was one big blob. You probably thought it was like just an extra part of the United States that hadn't not been annexed yet. Well, forget that. No Canadian will go for that. Anyway, the 10 provinces are... Do I have time to tell you this? Look, what's the time? Okay, say them along with me. We'll start at the top. There's 2 territories and 10 provinces. There's
3 territories.
3 territories. There's Yukon Territory, the Northwest Territories, which I forgot to tell you about. Oh my gosh, my Georgian upbringing is showing. And so that's the Northwest Territories, the Yukon, and none of it, which is where Well, anyway. And then 10, start from the west. There is BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, and then we have all these little ones, and they're not so little. Labrador and Newfoundland. It's called Newfoundland and Labrador, which seem to me like two different places, but they stick them together even though Newfoundland is a big island rock and Labrador is a huge extension up above Quebec. So we have Newfoundland and Labrador. And if you want to go way out in the boonies, Labrador is the place. I haven't been there yet. And then there is the other island. There is Nova Scotia, which is a nice island.
It's a peninsula.
I'm sorry?
It's a peninsula.
It's a peninsula, that's right, it is connected. And then we have Prince Edward Island, which is just like a little dot in the water. And then we have New Brunswick. And have we got them all? Did you count them all?
I think you got them all, yeah.
I think I got them all. Okay, so that's that. Now that was your trivia questions for today, in case you want to play Canadian Trivial Pursuit. Only it's such a basic question, I don't think they'll ask that. Anyway, it's amazing how many Americans don't know that those provinces are provinces, which are kind of like states, except ours are humongous. For instance, Ontario is bigger than Texas. Now, Ontario is just one of them. And they extend from, what is that number of the parallel?
49th.
The 49th parallel all the way to the Arctic. So, like, BC is very long. It might be nice and sunny and warm in Vancouver, but when you get to the top, it's right up there beside Alaska. Isn't it beside Alaska? No, it's beside Juneau, Alaska. The Yukon is up above that. Anyway, we won't go on anymore because I'm using up precious time. Okay, so let's move on now. We have Love Them Anyway says, oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. I don't know what that's about, but thank you. And then we have another one here, Willow Branch Designs. You should go look at her stuff on Etsy. She made some beautiful earrings, and I traded her earrings, for my soap. I think that's what I did. I sent her soap. She likes my soap. And I like her earrings. Okay, slow cookers are awesome. I don't use mine as much as I should. Looks yummy, Pam. Pam, you're a really nice person. Thank you very much for bartering with me. That was fun. Okay. And then... Okay, let's move down here past all of these things that you don't want to see. And let's get the next one. Tag said, weaving the sides of the basket. You're making another pretty basket. She's giving me a title. Thank you so much for my titles. Sometimes I know already and I don't use your titles, but often they are wonderful. And then Tag said, Nancy today weighing clay while listening to singing. I haven't even looked at those yet. I have to go back and label those. Arkansas Trash 320 made a comment on Nancy today lighting the wood stove without kindling. Thanks, and I like your stove with that glass front. To see it burning is very relaxing and cozy. Thanks, Paul. You're welcome, Paul. Making icing sugar. Koya Omega has made a comment on Nancy today making icing sugar. You forgot anti-caking agent. Fail. You know what? I never thought about an anti-caking agent, so I went and looked it up, and sure enough, to every cup of sugar you put in there, you are supposed to add 1 teaspoon or tablespoon of cornstarch. That's weird, isn't it? I thought you had to cook cornstarch to have it be cooked, to be whatever, usable. And if you have it raw and add it into icing, oh well, that's why you have to add more icing sugar than regular sugar. So I was looking at the little price. That was just sugar. Okay, so let's go on here. Tag commented on movie number 12. You rocking us in the hammock and chatting about many different things. Rocking. I'm feeling sleepy also. I like rocking in the hammock. And I'm glad you do too. Rock-a-bye, baby. How's our time going? 9:30. We better hurry. And Tag also said, maybe just put a sign on it. Use railing at your own risk. Then you don't have to worry about it, huh? I think I'm going to just put moral support only. But I could put use at your own risk only. It should say, don't touch my railing, don't touch my bridge, it's my property, get away. But, you know, I can't say that because I'm a sweet Christian woman, and so just say, I'm not insured, so if you sue at your own risk. Alright, okay. And then tag also gave me another title, Nancy Today, walking on the new path of bridges. I renamed that Marshwoods Boardwalk. Because a boardwalk is sort of a series of bridges. And it is a walk on boards. A whole new pathway, exploring uncharted territory. I can't wait to see where it all goes to. And just wait till we go there in the winter. It is so cool in there in the winter. Only I might not be able to find my boards. Okay. Nancy Today, bridge from Marshwood side. Yay, our first trip across. Good job on the bridge, Nancy. See, you never went across before. I'm using extension cords from the car to take you across because I dropped one of my camera batteries and I can't find it. It's one of those lithium expensive square flat batteries. If you see it, yeah. Okay. Oh,